Hey there, just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of foam rolling. I've been getting a lot of questions lately as to what it is, why do we do it, and how do you do it. So I thought we'd do a quick video demonstration. Essentially, foam rolling is a form of self-myofascial release, which is basically just a fancy term for giving yourself a deep tissue massage. So when you work out and you get real tight and sore, or you get knots, using the foam roller can actually help release some of that tension and help lengthen your muscles a little bit. In addition, you know, it's not just muscles, it's tissues. So, you know, runners tend to use it a lot, especially on the sides for IT bands. It's very important for runners as well, in addition to your typical leg ones that I'll show you in a minute here. So that's essentially what it is, and you have many different types of foam rollers out on the market. Here's a couple of the basic ones. The white and the lighter colors that you see are not going to be quite as dense. They're going to be a little bit softer, and they're not going to hurt quite as much. Now, you can also get the darker colored ones. This is one example of the darker ones. They tend to be a little bit denser, so they're going to give you a little bit more pressure when you're rolling out. So if you haven't done it before and you're pretty tight, this one is going to hurt a little bit more at the beginning. But when you're consistent about it over time and you're doing it regularly, you're going to start to loosen up, you're going to feel a difference, and you're going to eventually need to move to a darker one as opposed to the white one. And then you also have some of these ones that have the different knobs and things on them as well. So, you know, this one is also a fair amount of pressure. This is, you know, a dark color, and the knobs and stuff do help get in there and dig it up as well. So you can pick the one that's most appropriate for you. I'm just going to show you a couple of good ones to do for running or just basic working out. We're just going to focus on a couple of the big muscle groups in the lower body today. So one of the best ways to do it is to get your quads. And this one is pretty easy to do. So you're going to lay down and just put it under your hips. And then you're going to pick your legs up and you just walk on your arms and your elbows and roll all the way down just to the top of your kneecaps and back up. And you can actually do that quite a few times back and forth. And if you feel a spot where it really hurts, you can linger on that spot. You can put some more pressure on that spot. So if this isn't doing much for me, then what I can do is pick up one leg and cross it over the other leg. So I'm putting more pressure on just one leg, okay? So that's a great one to do to get your quads. Now, runners especially need to get their IT bands. So to do so, you're going to lay with your hip just under your hip, and you're going to pick your legs up. You want your hips to be straight up and down and face sideways, and you're just going to walk forward on your elbow again, just above your knee. Okay, so this actually hurts quite a bit if you're not used to foam rolling. I'm fairly decent with my foam rolling, so this actually doesn't hurt me, but when you start, it probably will. Now, you can roll around a little bit, find those angles. Now, I'm going to lean forward a little bit and just get a different part of my quads in those different angles there. So feel free to move around, find those angles, find those knots, and allow yourself to settle on them or work over them back and forth. Okay, you're going to start to get the feel for it. So one more that you can do to get the back of your legs, your hamstrings, you can sit on it. You're going to put your hands just behind, lift up your legs, you can cross them over, and try to lean forward and keep your weight on your leg. This one's a little bit harder to get, but you can roll back and forth that way to get your hamstrings. Cross your leg over, lean towards the side of your butt here, and roll back and forth, and you can get your glutes in here real good too. So just a few ideas of ways that you can incorporate foam rolling into your routine. If you do it regularly, you absolutely will notice a difference. You're going to gain some more flexibility. You are going to be less prone to injury, and you should really feel great, notice a difference. So give it a try, and let us know how it goes for you. All right? Thanks.